Hey everybody, and welcome back. The playoff is set. The committee got it right. They had the same four teams I did in the same order that I did. The New Year's Six games are set as well, and the rest of the bowl games. So I just want to go a little bit through some of these games and get my reaction on the matchups. And I'll save my predictions for next week. These games don't start until December 17th, I believe, is the first bowl game. Uh, the SEC ended up getting 11 of their 14 teams into the bowl games. The ACC and Big Ten had 9. The Big 12 had 8 of their 10 teams get in, and the Pac-12 had 7 of their 12 teams get in. The Pac-12 got the least amount in, but don't be surprised if they go 7-0 in those bowl games. They have 6 really, really good teams, and that's why they beat the crap out of each other. Um, Utah and USC are in New Year's Six games, and the other 5 favorable matchups. So let's just get right into this. We'll start with the playoff. The Fiesta Bowl is number 2 Michigan versus number 3 TCU. TCU did end up getting in after their loss in overtime to Kansas State, but they beat them earlier in the season, so they're 1-1 versus them. It was a close loss. It was their only one. They have wins over like five wins over top 25 teams. They deserve to be in. And your number 1 team, Georgia, will be playing the number 4 team, Ohio State, in the Peach Bowl. And that's in Atlanta, so basically a home game for Georgia. Good luck, Buckeyes. You're going to need it. And hopefully Michigan will need it in the national championship game if they get there. In the Orange Bowl, you have number 6 Tennessee versus number 7 Clemson. What a game that's going to be. The two offenses are pretty good, and the defenses are kind of shaky. Could be like a 38-35 shootout in that game. Who's going to opt out of these games, these non-playoff teams? That is going to be a big question. That's also another reason why I'm waiting for the predictions. But that's going to be a fun game. And then the Sugar Bowl is number 5 Alabama versus number 9 Kansas State. Kansas State is going to be hungry in this game. They are going to try everything they can to take down the mighty Tide. And coming off their win over TCU, their Big 12 championship game, they're going to want this one. And will Alabama even want to be there after being snubbed? They think they're snubbed by the playoff committee. Some of them have accepted that TCU deserved it to be in. Ohio State deserved to be in over them. Will they kind of just lay an egg and allow Kansas State to hang around and win this game? That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The Rose Bowl, always a classic, is going to be number 8 Utah versus number 11 Penn State. And, Cam Rising coming off that win over USC, they're riding high. Penn State, not the greatest of wins this season. I think Utah has a good shot in that, but Penn State's only 2 losses are to playoff teams, Michigan and Ohio State, so should be a good one. Cotton Bowl, you have number 10 USC versus number 16 Tulane. They are the group of 5 that got the automatic bid into the New Year's Six. It could be a close game. USC's defense is vulnerable. They're going to put up a lot of points. Can Tulane keep up? Probably not. And what a turnaround. What a first year for Lincoln Riley in LA. From 4-8 last year before he got there to 11-2. Yes, it's a heartbreaker. They couldn't finish it and get into the playoff, but they're definitely going in the right direction. So there's your big games. Should be fun. Now I want to talk about, there's some of these lesser games that are going to be interesting too. The Cure Bowl has UTSA and Troy, a couple of 10-win teams going at it there early. That's the second game of bowl season. So I'll be paying attention to that one. The Las Vegas Bowl has Florida pitted up against Oregon State. Oregon State, their defense is pretty decent in the Pac-12. For Pac-12 standards, they held USC to 20-something points, or was it 17 points? I can't remember, but they held them pretty low. So in Florida, what are they, 6-6, 7-5? Anyway, should be a fun game there in Las Vegas. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl puts Wisconsin against Oklahoma State, and that is in Arizona. Should be a fun game. Both of them kind of stumbled down the stretch. Wisconsin fired their coach mid-season. Who's going to come out on top? Who wants that one? And in the Holiday Bowl, you have North Carolina and Oregon. That's in California. What a shootout that's going to be, too, right? I think I'm leaning towards Oregon on that one. Long way to go for North Carolina. I know they get there early and have their fun and whatnot. But that should be a good one. And then your Cheez-It Bowl puts Oklahoma and Florida State in a matchup in Florida. What a drastic difference of trajectories these two teams are going on. Oklahoma's worst season in a long time, forever. And it's Florida State's best team in like the last half a decade. So Venables versus Norvell's offense, we'll see who comes out on top there. In the Gator Bowl, you have Notre Dame and South Carolina. South Carolina coming off being the giant killer to end the season, beating Tennessee and then Clemson. That game is the Gator Bowl, and that is in Florida. And you have, in the Music City Bowl, Iowa versus Kentucky in Tennessee. This is a rematch of the Citrus Bowl last year where Kentucky won by 3. I think they'll probably do that again. Iowa is getting Cade McNamara, but he's not there yet. So we'll see. But, that defense they have should keep it close and interesting. In the Something Quest Bowl, I think that's a new one. Maybe it was new last year. Mississippi State is versus Illinois. That one's in Florida. You got Illinois' defense, which has been top 5 all season long, versus Mike Leach's dink and dunk passing offense. Will they be able to pick apart Illinois' defense and move down the field, or will this be a slugfest, low scoring, maybe a 17-14 game? That should be fun as well. And then finally, in the Citrus Bowl, LSU is playing Purdue. Purdue played Michigan really tough for 3 quarters in the Big Ten championship game. LSU kind of put some points on late versus Georgia in the SEC championship game. So the Big Ten SEC championship losers are going to go at it here in the Citrus Bowl in Florida. What a slate of games. I'm just happy, proud of my Michigan Wolverines getting back in for the second year in a row. Georgia's been there, I don't know how many years in a row, 3, 4. And you got TCU, who finally made it to the dance. They've been snubbed. They've almost been there so many times. They are in. And then, of course, Ohio State has been there before. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be gone all week starting tomorrow. So I wanted to get a little preview out here on the bowl games and congratulate all the teams for making the bowl and getting into the playoff. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Remember to like the videos, share, subscribe, and have a great day.